Another episode of In Search of Zen. We're your host, Jason Allen.
And AJ Bate. Yes.
Thanks for being here. You came in. You insulted my shirt off the top.
We did get off on the wrong foot.
We
got off on the wrong shirt.
I don't know if it's the wrong shirt. I think it's the right shirt. Nothing. You called it an undershirt.
It is an undershirt.
It's not an undershirt.
It's absolutely an undershirt. I can see your tits right there.
Just because I have a big chest. Because I work out.
Okay.
And it's like bulging through.
See, this is what I have to deal with, folks. Every day I have to come in here.
I think, what color are my eyes, AJ? Maybe look up here.
No.
And you don't have to see my
I'll tell you what,
nipples.
the color of deceit, that's what they are. You're lying to you're lying to me, you're lying to the audience.
It is. It's not an undershirt. An undershirt is like sleeveless.
Listen, I get it. You quit smoking. There's a lot on your shoulders. It's intense. I get it.
Okay.
And
we're just going to talk about my big shoulders. We can. But I don't see what that has to do with the attack on my
I'm
clothing.
a little bit upset that you quit smoking. If I'm gonna,
dude, this is like you're wearing like an American Eagle sweater that fell off a truck or something like that. It's American Seagull, you fucking moron.
This is Timberland, okay, first of all.
Nobody knows what that is. Nobody
yes, they
cares.
do.
Nobody knows.
Yes, they do.
I've never.
You're lying.
Timberland? He was an NSYNC, right?
Yes, exactly.
That guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
JT, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing... This is a very fine shirt. It's adequate. It's actually really good. It's a waffle shirt. It's well respected within the community.
It's a waffle shirt. You're trying to be Canadian.
It makes me look
Sad.
good. It makes me look good. No, well, we're gonna get into Canadian. We're gonna get into it, baby. There's a lot to talk about today.
You want to pick apart the country some more? We can do that.
You thought I was You thought I was a ungrateful immigrant before.
I see shit on Canada. I don't care. What do I care?
No, not you.
I think we're both ungrateful immigrants.
I think so. That's true.
I'm American. I don't really like it here so much right now.
I think
yeah.
This episode, by the way, if you're feeling good, don't watch this episode.
Well, no, I'll give you some good news because I think we both have some good news.
Do we?
Well, yeah.
We'll see.
From what you told me, I'll say this. Yesterday, I got my vaccine. I got my first dose.
Chip, chip, hooray.
At the... It's not chip, chip, hooray. It's hip, hip, hooray. Play an organized sport, you baby.
Hip, hip, hooray?
What
kind of organized sport do they say?
Baseball. They always said it as a kid when you're a little kid.
Exactly, baseball. Who gives a fuck about baseball?
I agree. Baseball's like a bullshit sport.
Who gives a fuck about it? I would have respected you more
you played
if
cricket,
you said synchronized. Well, that's racist because I'm brown. That's not okay. We don't have cricket back home.
Yeah, you do.
We don't fucking have cricket back home.
What do you have?
We have soccer, a.k.a. football.
Yeah. I know.
We have basketball.
You have basketball?
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay.
Yeah. Rugby.
Yeah. I know you played rugby.
There you go. Men's sport, you know?
Yeah, that looks like a rugby shirt,
exactly.
Actually.
I'm privileged.
What we're talking about. Yes, you are. I've always been saying that since the beginning. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah.
The vaccine.
I got my vaccine.
Yeah.
And you have an appointment too, right, Fatty?
Tomorrow. We're recording on Monday. So by the time the episode comes out, I've already part of the sheeple, and I'm going to be...
Yeah, you get chipped too.
I'm gonna be tucked in. Yeah. I'm gonna be tucked in.
You excited? Where are you going?
I'm going to place in. I think it's in McMaster. I'm getting the fancy one.
I was First Ontario place downtown.
My.
Yeah, the riffraff.
First Ontario. That's where you want to get your vaccine from.
That's where it was.
Where'd you get your vaccine from?
All the downtown scum.
From the Swirly Turly place.
Yeah, in Jackson Square or whatever the fuck. Disgusting. No. It was fine. Everybody, Didn't take super long. I was good. Didn't feel weird at all after.
No.
People were like, I was dizzy for 2 days and my arm's sore. And I'm like, shut up. Everything was fine. Everything was fine. Get the vaccine. Do what you got to do.
I jokingly posted on Facebook saying that if you post a picture of you getting vaccinated, you have to explain Bill C-10.
Yeah, I saw
and people were like, actually, the vaccine, if we take a picture of it, bring social. I'm like, okay, you know what? You're right. I'll take down the post. Is that better? I know what it's doing. Can we not have fun anymore?
No, you can't make jokes about it at all anymore.
Make jokes?
People are sick. People are sick of the lockdown.
I'm like, well, you know, and then like Joe Botello obviously loves it when I'm on the hot seat. He goes, AJ doesn't believe in science, and I'm like, that's true. My uncle that died from COVID apparently is in Argentina right now. Like he's not
with Tupac.
He's not even he's not even dead.
Yeah, no, everybody knows that.
Like, what are we talking about here? Just fuck off.
People that believe in science don't believe in science, though.
Exactly.
Here's the thing: is that they go like the lockdowns lock everything down and will keep people safe and stuff like that. But health and science have been saying for years and years and years. Diet and exercise.
Yeah, nobody will do that, though.
But God, nobody will do that.
Because that's fat shaming.
Because that's like, because then you're fat shaming. Or like, no, it's okay to close down the parks. Yeah. We shouldn't be outside. We shouldn't be moving around. It's
well, there are
diet and exercise.
Or there are physically challenged kids that can't go to the park, so we have to close that.
Enough about our government.
they are
the physically challenged kids I'm talking about.
Your phone is gonna die, so let's go.
You want to do the email?
Well, let's fucking do the email first, because this man is almost as worse as just as bad as the state of Israel now.
We got another email from enemy of the podcast,
officially enemy of the podcast,
Jason Bate.
But
yeah, please email us, and maybe some decent people can email us.
Yeah, first of all, let's get business out of the way, because I don't think we're gonna get to the plugs. So there's a lot to talk about today. So
all right, you want to pick?
Follow us on all social medias on In Search of Zen Podcast. Watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Smash it.
Subscribe and tell your friends about it. Rate us on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. And, just follow us around and tell people about this. Because, buddy, it's hot today. Go ahead.
And email us your questions to In Search of Zen Podcast at outlook.com. Outlook, the email of a new generation.
Thank you, Outlook.
All right. So this is from the enemy of the podcast, Jason Bates. So the first one is for you, AJ.
Oh, boy.
And he goes, AJ, if your life goes the way you hope it does. It's so catty, like right off the top. It's
as if this person knows I'm unreasonable, right?
Yeah. You're like a little carried away, but let's just say this great shit happened.
You stop being a curmudgeon for a second and just.
But he goes, what would be the title of your autobiography?
Oh yeah,
I'd say it'd be Lambs to Slaughter. If we're talking about what we talked about last week. Or maybe Keeping It Muzzy.
Keeping It Muzzy. Yeah,
Keeping It Muzzy.
Exactly. It's or just say 9/11. Let's look into it again.
No, it's like Sister Act 2, but it's 9/11 back in the habit.
Back with that attitude.
You're going to do another one?
Yeah, exactly. Let's look into it. 9/11. Let's look into it.
I like that. I'd read that autobiography.
That's exactly what I would do. But thank you. That's a nice question, actually.
He was nice to you.
Yeah, that was very nice. Yeah.
He's not so nice to me.
Ooh, finally.
So he goes, Jason, caught a bit of one of your YouTube podcasts. Are you familiar with the phrase "a face for radio"? I don't know, Jason Bate. Are you familiar with the phrase "mouthy bitches get curb stomped" on site if I ever meet them?
Horse gets sores.
That? Yeah, horse gets sores. And fucking bores.
Exactly. So fuck you, Jason Bate.
I don't know. Yeah, fucking thanks for watching the YouTube videos.
Exactly.
Thank
you. Thank you for watching and supporting.
You can call me ugly all you want. Exactly. Just keep watching those YouTube videos. Smash that like button and subscribe.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm not as good looking as AJ. Is that what you want me to say? We've already discussed this.
You're a hot piece of ass. All right,
thank you. I appreciate that.
You're a hot piece of nobody fucking talks about my co-host like that.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Fucking assholes. I get to tell him he's ugly.
This is why I would read your autobiography.
Exactly.
You're a good guy.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
So let's talk about really what's fucking pissing me off.
You guys ready for the truth?
Ready for the truth by two idiots that don't know what the fuck they're talking about?
But we're mad.
But we know how we feel. But this is the thing, though. I do know how I feel. How I feel, and it's legitimate.
I believe your feelings are legitimate. I'm not going to rob you of your feelings. It's the last thing I'd do.
But here's the thing. So, as you know, I'm from Libya. We've probably said that like twice, at least in every episode.
Never heard of the place, but go on.
My father My papa paid about $40,000 to be in this country.
Jesus, you guys are richer than I thought.
I know. Yeah,
getting mailed some money.
We fucking lost it all because of that.
Yes, yeah.
But enough. Every time I get into an argument with my dad, he loves to bring that up.
That he dropped the 40 G's
I paid $40 to be here. I'm like, well, Syrians didn't pay anything to be here, so.
I wish we were from there.
And they came on a raft, or I like to think it was a cruise, so. They didn't pay anything, and they went on vacation, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal.
You're not the man with the plan anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I haven't said any of those things.
No. You didn't throw Syrian refugees in his face? Weird.
How refugees that are forced.
Time on Father's Day, maybe.
I don't like to remind them how refugees that left their country at last minute notice have a better plan than somebody that's prepared for 3 fucking years.
Yeah, and somebody who actually like paid to like have his kids learn English and come here without an accent and any bullshit. But anyways, the Syrians, they figured it out.
So when I came to Canada, there were 2 things that I was very much looking forward to.
Right.
Number 1 was
taking our women.
I mean, if
you've done a lot of that,
if racist Canadians knew,
if I may speak on the other, for the other white guys,
a bit too much.
Too many of our women.
Some say you did it with like a little bit of like a vengeance in mind.
Yeah. Like I feel like a little too much. I'm like, she's for sure with somebody, and you're like, I got it from here.
Probably have left a lot of like tears and destruction in your wake.
Oh yeah. You're a
bad
guy.
They're too.
Go on. So I'll stop interrupting.
That's fine. This is your podcast too. 2 things. Number 1 was to pursue different careers, right?
Of course, yeah.
They're not available in Libya.
You're not just going to be an engineer anymore.
Exactly.
You're going to try other stuff.
Exactly, right? But then you realize that Canadians will love art. That's something we found out.
Yeah. No, you should have come here with the objective of playing hockey, and Canadians would have supported you. Even if you were a grown man who was suddenly like, "No, I'm going to get into hockey."
Yeah,
Canadians would back you.
I think so. Yeah.
The arts, absolutely not.
No, and it's crazy, right? It's so crazy how and there's somebody out there that's probably listening like, well, back in 1856, there was a theater. Shut up. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, those are gone.
We don't give a fuck.
All the old theaters, like you walk up Ottawa Street, like near here, all the old theaters are antique shops or thrift stores.
Yeah, exactly.
Now. It's all gone, baby.
Exactly.
It's all gone.
And if you go to these thrift stores, they have American artists in there, like on their jackets and shit like that. It's not even.
Oh yeah, no.
So there is no really clear identity for Canadian art, unless like the 7 artists, whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
But other than that, it's like, oh well, Martin Short. Like, excuse me, are you trying to take credit for Martin Short,
who hasn't lived here in like fucking 40 years?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So Canadians just need to really understand that. I've worked in a lot of offices. I've talked to so many Canadians that are born and raised here.
Yeah.
And if you tell them, "Hey, do you know Norm Macdonald?" I think I kept track of it. I think 1 out of 20 of them actually knew who Norm Macdonald was.
Right. Yeah.
And that really says
a problem right there.
That says a lot right there.
Absolutely.
So, which is fine. I've come to accept that. I've whatever. I'm gonna take my father's $40,000 back, and I'm gonna use it to get a green card. So either way, who cares?
Yeah, I don't think that's refundable.
No.
The money
I'll find a way. I'll find a way.
All right. Good luck. Was it $40 per kid?
No. Just all together the whole process.
The package.
Yeah, the whole package.
Family.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and the second reason was freedom. Just freedom in general.
To kind of explore who you are as a person.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Being able to criticize your government and not have like an envelope on your head and just like find yourself in a ditch next to somebody else with your dick cut off or something like that.
Right.
Just to be able to do that, right?
Yes.
And the thing is now is there's a bill called Bill C-10, and this bill has been around for years. It's not a new bill, by the way. For those who are, are like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I kind of do.
Okay.
I probably know more than you do.
The listener.
Exactly.
Right.
So this Bill C-10 thing was supposedly to regulate broadcasters and stuff like that. Like if it's like a CTV and like, CBC and all these broadcasts or radio and shit like that, to regulate them so they can declare what their income is and to force them to give opportunities to Canadian artists, which by the way, I think the government has a different definition of what Canadian artist is.
Sure.
As opposed to.
Yeah. Or it's the same 5 Canadian artists. Like it's always Our Lady Peace and Metric who get the grants, and like it's always the same people.
Like this is what the government's idea of Canadian content is: Hudson and Rex. Do you know what Hudson and Rex is?
No, I don't. Oof. It sounds like a sandwich shop I would go to. Is it?
They sell extreme sandwiches?
Yeah. They have Chipotle mayo? I'm in.
Saucy.
I'm in.
It's a buddy cop show, but here's the catch. One of the partners is a human and the other is a dog.
Is Rex the dog?
You guessed right. Hold on to your socks, folks.
Yeah, okay.
I see a Peabody Award coming your way.
They use dogs a lot in Canadian shows. Littlest Hobo is a Canadian show. That's about a German Shepherd who figures stuff out for people.
I mean, I wish I was a dog.
Yeah, you'd be better off.
My dad wouldn't have paid anything to be here.
It's true. They could just mail you over or something.
Exactly.
Right? Ship you over.
Yeah, kind of like break my paw, and they'd be like, "Oh my god!" All the white women would be like, "Oh."
Yeah, and you'd take them from us anyway. So
fucking Hudson or Rex is going on 2 seasons strong.
Right.
It's
and our buddy cop show has got nothing.
So what?
Fucking
there's a dead hooker or two in the episode.
Fuzzy and Muzzy has not been picked up by any Canadian
But I'll
network.
tell you this much. Fucking Fuzzy and Muzzy has a lot to say about society than Hudson and Rex does.
No, fucking Rex has nothing to say about
At least
society.
I won't be licking my asshole. At least not like, you know.
Who plays Hudson? Is it a famous Canadian actor? Who is it?
Sure. A guy from
Another
Nova Scotia.
thing that happens in Canada is that somebody's one thing and then they become everything. Like Jan Arden is a singer, and now we're like, oh, she's a comedian too, and we're gonna give her her own show, and it's like, but she's not a comedian, she's a singer.
No,
let her be a singer and give that opportunity to a comic who's been coming up the ranks for years. But that doesn't happen.
But that's the thing. It's because they have like a membership, and these were the people that we already like.
We know these people.
We vetoed them.
Familiar.
Like, we kind of, these people are safe. They're guaranteed. They won't get off script, and and because that's the thing. When the government decides what entertainment is, guess what? The government is not funny. They're not going to be able to showcase the best of Canadian talent.
Yes,
they're just not.
No,
they're just not. And the government is too busy fucking just making money off of Canadians' backs that they're not caring what is on TV. They're not like, hey, we need to kind of really improve the entertainment here. They're like, no, just fucking put Hudson and Rex for the 5th time.
Sure.
Just whatever. Who cares? Just put something that's not controversial, something that won't get us any letters, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that's the way of thinking. And that's the thing. It's like, unfortunately, Canadian content sucks. It does suck. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Don't get mad at me.
No, it's true. You're right.
And the reason why it sucks is not because there is no talent in Canada. It's because the government gets to decide what is Canadian content. They decide what gets to be on TV, what is easier to watch and digest.
It's always like cheesy. One thing I hate about like when something is made Canadian, we always do those basic stereotypes that Americans have about us.
Exactly.
It's always like the Canadian comedy album, and then it's like a moose like skating across a lake of maple syrup or something, and you're like, come on, like, that's not.
When my nan was in Chia, I had the Tim Hortons next to her, and she was like, not in my Timmy's, and everybody was like, holy shit.
Like, that's not most of
us.
No, that's the thing.
I was talking to Joe Patello about this, and I was like, I have an idea for a show that would easily get picked by CBC. It's about a fisherman in the East Coast. And his family.
It's sold already.
Immediately.
No, it's already,
and you might ask you might ask yourself, is something going on with his family? Like, is somebody touched funny? Is somebody drinking? No, his family is absolutely great.
Yeah, normal folks.
Well, is it about his business? His business couldn't be doing any better.
There's no struggle. No, there's no struggle in this show.
He's just looking out the ocean.
It's perfect Canadian life.
Exactly. With his plaid shirt and just talking about how silly and funny that Timmy's employee next to him is. That's all the show is.
Right.
Have fun, Canada. There you go.
Yeah.
Pick for 8 seasons. Here's the thing. Even the shows that I do.
It's called Maple Dip.
Maple Dip.
It's going to run for 10 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Double dip if you want. That's season 5. And the thing is, even the Canadian shows that are good, like Letterkenny, I don't understand a fucking single word they're saying.
Oh yeah, they're playing deals.
I love Kate Trev Wilson. I love those guys, and I'm happy for them. But can we add subtitles, please?
It's not super relatable to a lot of people who live in Canadian cities. I'd say that's true. One thing I'll say about Letterkenny, those guys were the few. It's very rare. They did it on their own. They did their own thing off YouTube, and it got heat. And then it got picked up by a network.
Exactly.
They didn't pitch to a network.
Nope.
And then we're just like, okay, we'll take a chance on this.
Yeah, I don't know how many people know this.
They had to go and do it their own way first, and it was so much that it's like, fuck you, I guess we have to do something with this.
And that's the thing
and that's so rare. That's like a 1 in a million thing that your YouTube show is going to suddenly get enough heat that a network will pick it up.
And that's something that and I don't think a lot of people know, is that even the good ones was not because a network wanted that to happen. It was got so many views on YouTube and they were getting a lot of traction that they were not even picked by a Canadian broadcast company at the beginning.
No, but they'll take credit for it now.
They were picked by Crave first. They were picked by Crave, and then CTV jumped on and got them.
Yes.
So even Letterkenny,
who
I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
You don't know what they're saying at the time, but at least they do talk about stuff like sex and like normal
they're
stuff.
They're going for it.
You know what I mean?
At least they're going for it. And again, like I said,
and characters do have problems on the show, and there's like real stuff. And
I wanted to be clear. I am not shitting on Letterkenny.
No, you're just not from a small town, so you don't get some of the lingo.
Apparently, everybody's saying it's a great show, and like I've tried to watch some clips on YouTube. I was like, it's not. I don't get it.
It helps if you're from Canada and you met some of those guys from small towns and you're like, okay, I know who this guy is.
Of course. Yeah.
Where you kind of came from Libya as an adult and then you moved directly to a city.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know.
You know, Southern Ontario is not a representation of like that Canadian
that kind of community.
Really. Yeah, exactly. No. So with back to the C10 bill, the reason why people are talking about it right now is because now the bill is going to be including streaming services and video streaming services like YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, and they're going to put them under this bill so that they kind of regulate their user-generated videos that you see here in Canada, so that they want to promote more Canadian content. But like we said, Canadian content fucking sucks. Because
are they going to take away our American shows? Is that
they're
what
not going to be taking?
Do?
I don't think they're going to be taking the American shows, but they're going to be pushing
more Canadian
content more.
Okay.
But that would be great if actually the talented people that we know, including ourselves, let's be honest.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly. If they were to push that more, then I'll be fine with it. But I know I'm going to be seeing Hudson and Rex behind the scenes. I don't want to see that.
It's going to be a lot of that. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more of that.
Here's how you can sell me on Hudson and Rex. If Rex the dog is like a racist cop and he's planting like drugs on black people,
he's a racist dog.
That's what I would love to see. He goes to native protests and he just bites natives in their legs. I want to see that, Hudson and Rex. You sold me on that.
That's another thing that will never be represented in Canadian TV is like the mistreatment of Native people.
No. Yeah,
will never be shown.
They'll show their paintings. They'll show paintings, the nice stuff.
They'll show that. Oh, look, we appreciate their culture.
Look how. Yeah, look at this mountain.
We'll never really show how we robbed them of their culture.
No. And that's what pisses me off.
And even American TV shows will talk about race and slavery and kind of like, I'm not saying Americans own up to everything, but at least in their shows they'll be honest. Like, we definitely did, we owned slaves, you know what I mean?
Because
in Canadian shows there's never any talk of like, we were pretty fucking awful to Native
because
Canadian,
in America you don't have to, you don't need the government's approval to make something. A movie like for example The Revenant might not be the best movie in the world, but there is extensive talk about how the colonists come in and they rape Native women and they take the villages and they pillage and all that. It's like really depicted gruesomely in these things.
Yeah, to give you a real idea of what happened.
But here we'll show how. Oh my God! Look how cute their outfits are. Look how nice their music. And look at the paintings and they smoke weed. Ooh, isn't that exciting?
We're all
but meanwhile, outside of frame, there's a woman that's like crying because her grandmother was fucking shred to pieces because of some fucking colonist or whatever.
Right.
We won't show that. We won't even show the things that were happening in the 90s that the people were telling me about, how they were reforming Native kids and putting them in school.
Yeah, and whitewash schools.
The fucking that
up until the 90s.
Exactly. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And hey, some of you might be out there like, well, you can apply for a grant or whatever, and like, most of these grants are already given by the government anyways, so you can't even get the fucking.
No, look, dude, I'm telling you, all those grants go to Nickelback, and like, are they? I'm not even kidding. They go to it's always the same Canadian bands who get the grants. It's always the same Canadian TV shows. Trailer Park Boys is now been made a cartoon. Why not create give guys a new chance at a Canadian comedy? No. This Canadian comedy ran for like 20 seasons, and now it's becoming a cartoon. We'll just keep running this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good comedy, but after a while, it's like...
Let's move on. We have more.
There's more Canadian comedies that could be made and could be presented to you. Corner Gas got turned into a cartoon. Sure, maybe people like that.
I fucking hate that show.
I know a lot of people hated it, but maybe some people liked it. It must have had some kind of market.
That butt guy stole a joke from me, by the way.
Who?
That butt guy.
Brent Butt?
He tweeted about sommeliers. After I've been doing jokes about fucking sommeliers for 2 months.
You didn't see your joke?
I know he didn't, but I'd like to believe that he did. Because I already hate him, so I might as well just add some more reasons why I don't like him.
That's so funny. I don't hate Brent Butt. I'm just saying that it's like...
I do.
It's like, the show ran its course. Give another show a chance. Why is everything becoming a cartoon instead of, how about like we open doors for a new Canadian comedy? You know what I mean?
And also, how about this? Can we please make something that that isn't always tied to being Canadian? Can we just make a show or a movie about just people and tell a story?
Yeah, because that's another thing, is that Canadians aren't sitting around all day like, so I'm Canadian. Are you Canadian? We're Canadian.
Trailer Park Boys. Even the good ones like Trailer Park Boys, Letterkenny, fine, Bob's Burger. It's all about, hey, boo, hey, oh,
Bob's,
hey,
well, not Bob's
Bob, hey, sorry, what's
like
gas station, Corner Gas.
Corner Gas.
Yeah, sorry, got my fucking hack shit mixed together.
And then even older shows like Red Green, it was very much like, hey, we're Canadian.
There's more to life than just being Canadian. There's real people that...
And here's the thing, it's like, my whole life, I grew up in Canada. I guess I wasn't born here, but I've lived here since I was like 2.
Yeah,
like, I'm Canadian.
Yes, you are.
I know Canadians. I grew up with Canadians. Never did I, I don't watch fucking hockey.
Mm-hmm.
None of my friends watch hockey.
Yep.
I don't fix every problem with duct tape.
Yep.
I don't just have shelves of maple syrup.
Maple syrup literally kills you if you had it.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's and let's talk about diabetes.
Let's do
Canadian
Let's
television.
fucking do.
Insulin was created here. You don't know
there
about...
There you go.
They don't talk about that. They talk about Don Cherry more than the guy, Sir Frederick Banting, who created insulin and saved millions of lives. You want to give a Canadian credit, let's talk about more shit like that.
Let's talk about fucking
Doug and
Pornhub.
Bob McKenzie. Is that Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good content.
There you go.
That's what a lot of our artists will end up doing.
Exactly.
Is that they'll just have to go to Pornhub, I guess.
Might as well. So, going back to the bill, now they're trying to include YouTube and all that stuff. And the people that are defending the changes in the bill will say that the reason why the bill is in place to begin with is so that these big companies can pay their share. That's what they always love saying, pay their share. What does it mean that they pay their share? Where does their share go to? None of these things are explained. Just they pay their share.
Right.
Just pay their share. And so they put an exemption where they were saying that they won't be monitoring or regulating individuals' content. Meaning, if you want to post about your house, your dog,
criticize the government,
your pussy, whatever it is,
all I post about is my dog and my pussy.
That's why I'm only following you.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
If you want to do those things, that's fine. But now the question is, who is qualified as a broadcaster? I mean, as we all know, this show is seen by 100,000 people per episode.
Yeah, we're the fastest rising podcast in Canada.
Exactly. So are we considered broadcasters? Will this...
I like to think this is as good as the news.
Yeah, so will they be regulating our shit now?
Right.
So what
what qualifies?
Where's the line?
Right.
And then what happened, what made it even weirder is that they took the exemption for the individual. They took that out of the bill completely. So people were asking, why did you add it to begin with, and why did you end up taking it out?
Right.
And then the Minister of Culture, who, by the way, if you've seen a picture, he looks like a tennis trainer. He does. Can Canadian politicians please stop looking hot? Can you please stop looking hot?
How many are hot?
Justin Trudeau, fucking Jagmeet Singh.
Trudeau's okay. Jagmeet Singh's good looking.
I mean, like,
and then I guess this tennis
I'll
instructor.
show you. Well, that's 3 too many.
We got a lot of ugly ones. We got a lot of ugly ones.
Not enough, apparently.
There's way better American-looking politicians.
I guess
say.
Who? Pete Buttigieg?
AOC. She's gorgeous. Are you kidding me?
No. I know. I was
gonna say if you're like shrugging.
No, she's
her
hot.
off,
No, she's hot for
she's
sure.
She's really good.
Oh
looking.
yeah, she's absolutely.
That whole pact. Come on, Kamala Harris. Not bad. You know what I'm saying?
I would love.
Right?
I would love to discuss bills with her.
Yeah, fucking throw me in jail.
Anytime she wants. Put me in cuffs. I'll even provide the cuffs.
Kamala. I don't know why that would be a turn on for me. Her
she's
just
hot,
imprisoning me. But yeah, she's hot. She's good looking.
But like this is the fucking
who do we have?
This is the fucking douche of culture here. This guy here.
Yeah.
Fucking
whatever.
Looks like but like I mean
he's so.
He's so, but still, he looks like he owns a kombucha factory. I mean, like, enough already.
He does.
Enough already. It's too much. So
looks like he makes his own moccasins.
I know.
Cruelty-free moccasins. It's like, isn't that every moccasin?
He's got
like, they're cruelty-free.
Yeah,
like, okay.
He's got a busy back garden. Like, enough already. Zucchinis, fucking. It's like, relax. So. On the CBC, they interviewed this guy, and they kept telling him, why did you put this in? Why did you take it out? And he was like, well, the bill was never about that. It was about these companies paying their shares. Well, we'll answer the question.
Answer the question.
Why did you add it?
Yeah.
Why did you add it?
And so, why is it gone?
Why is it gone? And who qualifies as a broadcaster? What is happening?
Yeah, just tell us what's happening.
What's going on? It's not clear. So I'm not necessarily saying that I'm against it, but I can't say I'm for it. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah. Our government really doesn't talk to us at all.
No, they don't. They do not.
There's no back and forth.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
So now, if you spell Canada backwards, it spells Libya. I'm sorry to say it, folks, but that's what it is. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not laughing, okay? It's a serious matter.
I'm laughing at him for saying that.
It's just too much.
Yeah. It's...
Anyway, subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah, please subscribe. As the journalists that we are.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think
we're journalists.
I think I'm right. I think I'm right. So
I just think that it's a slippery slope, and if these guys can't answer these questions directly, maybe that should raise some red flags.
It does.
You know what I mean?
It does. Yeah, it does. And I'm just sick and tired of people that are like really believe that, you know, the arts is thriving here and that Canada has a strong identity. I'm just really like, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of those people, those Canadians, think of Canada as a Mercedes, but let's be honest, it's a Honda Civic. And there's no shame. I'm somebody that owns a Hyundai Elantra. I know you're going to get mad. I own a Hyundai Elantra, which is in the same tier as a Honda Civic.
Your car's nicer than mine, and you know it.
No, it's not. Honda Civics are... Joanna has a beautiful Honda Civic.
Joanna, she's a Civic gal?
She's a Civic gal. That's what I'm saying.
Joanna, thanks for listening. Again,
don't act like you're a...
How many malls? I'm a Civic boy. You know I'm a Civic boy.
I know you're a Civic boy. But what I'm saying is that as somebody that has a similar car to yours in the same tier, it's not a Mercedes. I'm proud to own it.
Sure.
But I'm not going to lean on it and have fun.
Yeah. Let's not pretend that we're... Here's a big problem with us, and I've said it like before on here, I think. We're gossips, man.
Yes.
We're gossips. Our whole thing was like, I think that there was stuff going on in Canada that was bad for us and bad for our citizens. And I think a big part of like why we've had COVID so much longer than a lot of other developed nations is because it's healthcare cutbacks that have come back to haunt us. And these things fly under the radar. And meanwhile, we're all looking over at the States and we're like, oh my God, that Trump guy's really messed up and blah, blah, blah. Here's another Trump joke and here's another Trump comment.
Yes, exactly.
And meanwhile, like Doug Ford's like cutting care to fucking old people and old age homes and libraries are closing. And these people that moved to Hamilton, I know this because my wife works in this field, that moved to Hamilton because of the kind of services they offered to autistic people and community living and things like that. And then they all got cut. They all got gutted. And they're like, we moved here
for that.
Because our child has autism and we wanted our child to have access to those services. And they're just gone now. And you don't hear about it on the news or not nearly enough. It's not in your face. And part of the reason it might not be in your face or people aren't talking about it because we're always so fucking busy talking about America.
Yeah, nosy Nancy's. That's what we are.
We're always talking about America.
We're just a bunch of
these conversations about what the Canadian government's doing and how they're fucking us over is never conversations around the water cooler. It's always conversations about Trump or now Biden's in or now this is happening in the States or now that's happening. It's never conversations about Canada, man.
It's a bunch of people who are really have like an image issue, like we have a self-esteem issue, and we don't focus. We think that I think that Canadians live vicariously through the States.
Yeah,
and it's that because, and I'll tell you why. It's because we're not paying attention to our own shit. That's the problem.
Yeah,
is that we're not, and the people, and I'm sure there are people out there that are keeping tabs on what the Canadian government is doing, but I bet you they're not getting as much support from Canadians because they're too busy either just like, here's the thing, we have two modes, either enjoying our Timmies or criticizing the American government. That's it. Those are the two lanes that we have.
Right.
Those are the two. We don't give a fuck. We just don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. If you're American, you can come here and you can film here, no problems. You can do a tour here, no problem.
Film for cheap.
If you're a
Canadian,
Canadian,
give you everything. We'll let you walk on us.
If you're a Canadian that's trying to do even an open mic, holy fuck balls! They're gonna stick a bug up your ass. They're gonna keep tabs of you. They're gonna take your fingerprint. They're gonna
you just get criticized even by fellow Canadians. There was times like when I went like,
you're not supposed to be in there.
Well, not only that, but it's like even if somebody finds out you're a comic who's like not a comic or like not in that field, so to speak, it's like, oh yeah, you think you're funny? Oh yeah. It's like this. It's like a challenging tone.
Yeah,
almost. We're in the States. Like, dude, I was there for like a few days, and I'd be out in public with my sister. And Jenny, like, just won't shut up about it. She's a very proud sister. And we talk about it. And if people overheard, she tells perfect strangers because she'll talk to anybody. She's very, like, outgoing.
She's very sociable, yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check out do you have stuff on YouTube? I'll check it out. It was, like, complete strangers who didn't see me at a show and weren't talking to me after. And those people are crazy supportive, too. But, I mean, complete strangers were like, yeah.
No, the support system, like you said it perfectly, and I felt it personally. It's that here in Canada, they're like, oh, that was funny. In the States, they're like, they make it feel like tomorrow you're going to be signing a Netflix agreement with like a...
Well, because in the States, that stuff can happen.
Exactly.
So those treat you that way because they've seen it's possible.
Yeah.
In Canada, they kind of know that stuff doesn't happen. Yeah. Deep down, they know that stuff doesn't happen.
Nobody
so they think like, no, in a couple of weeks you'll be working at a gas station.
So
like, you're not getting out of this.
So then we should all come to an agreement that we should stop pretending that we got something going on and that we're better than America in a lot of things. Let's stop pretending that, and let's just kind of really embrace what we have, and either A, just be happy with how things are, or B, try to make things better. But this self-righteousness and this like kind of like pedestal thing that we feel how like, oh, we have the arts here, we have no we don't, but it's okay. We don't have to be an artsy country. We don't have to be at all. It's fine. But let's
be honest. Just quit lying about.
Exactly.
I'm sick of the Canadian lies.
The Canadian lies. Let's stop that. Let's just stop that. We're not polite.
No, we talk shit about the States.
Let's stop that
all the time. We're fucking gossips. We're mouthy gossips.
Yeah.
If we're being completely honest.
And I know a lot of people are listening to like, well, he was such an ungrateful immigrant. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I want my dad's $40,000 back now.
We already knew that about him. It's what I like about him. I don't know. You ever met a grateful immigrant? It's like enough. Okay?
We get it. You're too happy to be here.
You're happy. You're happy to be here.
Live a little.
Announce you're Christian 3 more times during this conversation. Shut the fuck up.
Imagine.
I met a couple guys like that before.
Yeah.
Christian, good Christian. I'm like, dude, I'm not
relax,
grilling you.
Relax.
You don't have to talk. You don't have to explain this to me. I don't even believe in God. I think you're wrong. You know what I mean?
They're just like,
don't come at me with this.
They're just giving money to every homeless person they see instead of telling them to go get a job. That's what I do.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
I'm like, wow. All right.
Man, I don't know. It just, you know what really upset me was because we recorded the episode on Sunday and this all happened on Monday, and I'm like, God damn it! I have to wait a week
to talk about this stuff.
I have to wait a week. I've been building so much inside.
So what happened? You just saw that interview and him kind of dodged the question?
Yeah, I saw that interview that really set me off, and then I was just kind of really digging into it and kind of really reading about this bill and the people that are defending it. Their defense is like stupid and just
every Canadian's defense is like, we got it pretty good here, we got it pretty good,
we got it pretty good, yeah.
You don't. Compared to, like, what are you comparing it to?
Exactly. Ethiopia, of course.
Yeah, we could all look at countries that are like, that have no infrastructure and be like, yeah, we're better than them. It's like, sure, but is that
what we want?
Is that all you want? Is that, like, enough?
Well, Hudson and Rex is on TV, so I'm happy, if you ask me.
You're like, cool.
Awesome. Hope that fucking dog bites you in the face.
As like you said on a past episode, Canada is, like, I guess a good place to live if you just want to,
Yep.
You just
lay your roots here.
Go, work your job, have a few barbecues over the summer, and if you're just good with that, and some people are,
this is the place for you, baby.
There's nothing wrong with those people. This is for you. But if you want to be out there fucking doing it, there's no out there in Canada, man.
Nope.
There's just not.
Nope. Unfortunately not. But that's okay, because I'm either going to get my dad's money back or I'm going to illegally move to America. It's either the one of the two.
One of the two.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It just depends.
The government might be combing over this content. So
fuck them. Fuck them. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I don't want to take over too much, but do you, what's been going on with you?
I don't know. Not much.
Not much?
Yeah, nothing. I was pretty angry like this a couple weeks ago. And
I'm
I've
sure.
Because
we did talk about it, yeah.
I've kind of settled down and like come back into, I don't know. It's tough, man. Because sometimes it's like I'm like in a torn situation because Katie's here. Katie can't stop working.
Yeah.
I don't really like that I'm not working, but at the same time, I'm not to a point where I feel like I could just up and leave my house and my wife to go work in the States for a while.
Yeah.
And then also it's like comedies, even when comedy is up and running and even in the States, it's a grind.
It's a grind, yeah.
It's not like I'm just there and all of a sudden I'm working every club.
No.
And it
takes time.
It's a true grind and it takes time. And it's like, I have to choose between like sitting here and not working at all and not knowing when our province is going to open back up again or leaving everything for 6 months, maybe a year to kind of build the groundwork of getting a career back. Like, that seems fucking crazy.
I mean, either way, it's going to just take time regardless, right? And that's the thing. People that might be hearing this are like, well, what do you guys want a handout? Like, no, when I decided to do this, when you decided to do this, you knew how much hard work was going to go into it.
Yeah.
What we're saying is just that the environment is not set for anything to grow.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of issues, right? Because, like, for one, it's like, if we had just handled COVID differently, things
would have been better. Yeah.
Might have been back open again. I could at least be working here.
True.
And maybe we would have been closer to getting the borders back open.
Yep.
And we could be running back across. But literally right now, you have to leave your country to go do comedy.
Yep.
You can't do comedy. I guess maybe on the East Coast, and I think you have to move there. Like, you'd have to literally quarantine for a couple weeks, and then you know
you can. So doing a weekend is not like feasible anymore. Like, you're literally like losing money. You're bleeding money if you go out
to go chase your dream.
Yeah,
like bleeding money.
Yeah,
and like everybody takes a loss when you're first chasing something.
Of course, but there's some reason
we all get that. But then there's a big difference between like taking a bit of a loss and literally like dropping $2,000.
Yeah, I mean,
to come
in 1 week,
stay at a hotel for a week.
Exactly.
Or
I mean, like if you're
that.
moving there, it's a different story, right? Like you just go for balls to the walls, just figure it out. But if you're going back and forth and trying to build something, especially if you have commitments here, it's really upsetting. It's really fucking upsetting, and at least now they're rolling out the vaccines now, so hopefully,
and we'll see.
Hopefully, this time next year.
Here's my other thing, though, is that just like, what if we don't come out of lockdown soon? Like, how long is it going to take before people are like so
enough
upset
is enough.
That politicians are scared to keep lying to us?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I mean, there was an episode of Joe Rogan, and I know a lot of people go, there's an episode of him, and he interviewed Matty Matheson, who I'm a huge fan of.
Right.
Celebrity Canadian chef. His shit is amazing. He was on Joe Rogan. Now, I don't know what he was promoting, but I saw like a clip of him talking because, Joe was asking him like, hey, is things in Ontario still under lockdown?
Right.
And he criticized it. He said, we were so under lockdown and blah, blah, blah. And then people were mad at him like, I can't believe these guys are not nobody's saying that lockdowns don't work. Nobody's saying that COVID doesn't exist.
Oh, and that's the two categories they put you in. That's the other problem, right?
Yeah.
Is that I'm complaining about like still being stuck in a lockdown because of mistakes that our government's made.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people are going to look at me like I'm some like anti-vaxxer, anti-masker. And it's like, no, there has to be like an in-between where I'm saying like, maybe if we hadn't been gunning healthcare for years and years and years, we'd have more ICU beds available. Nurses wouldn't be overworked to the bone. Yeah, overworked. Maybe people would have like gotten better treatment.
Vaccine was rolled out faster.
Vaccines could have been rolled out quicker. Maybe if Trudeau was more careful with like what's going on with travel and shutting down the airports. New variants wouldn't be in Canada right now.
Yes.
So I don't know how me saying any of this makes me an anti-vaxxer or an anti-masker, and how you don't see the difference, and why I'm just like it's you're in a weird position now where it's like you can't criticize your government without being a nut job conspiracy theorist.
But that's because most people, and I hate to say this, but most people are fucking dummies. They can only think in binary. They either 0 or 1. Either you're if they're on the side of no lockdown, that means you're a sheep if you believe that everybody should get vaccinated and that lockdowns are good. And if you're talking to somebody that is pro lockdown or whatever, or like pro science, if you say, hey, maybe this lockdown shouldn't have been going as long as it did,
right? Then
immediately you're, what do you should everybody just open up and everybody die? Like, no, I don't want everybody to die, but I also at some point I want my life to come back.
And here's the thing, it's like I don't know, Canadians get criticized for like we didn't take this seriously, or we didn't, you know what I mean? And it's like,
no,
I think people in North America didn't take COVID seriously, and this and that. That's capitalism's fault. That's capitalism's fault. Because here's the thing. In Italy, they took it very seriously because shit was fucked up and they went shut it all down.
Mm-hmm.
Shut it all down and Italy bounced back. Here, what we did is you'd hear on the news is like, danger, danger, COVID's coming for you and your grandparents, your mom and your dad. And then also
Walmart.
Go grab a chicken snacker at KFC.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you can't be like, the apocalypse is coming, but also don't forget to pay your phone bill and grab a pizza.
Exactly.
You can't. It's like it can't be both.
Can we give like frontline workers paid sick days?
No. So is it dangerous or is it not dangerous?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Capitalism, it blurred the lines too much.
Exactly.
It blurred the lines way too much, and now it's like there's people who are like, well, no, it can't be that serious. There's 100 people inside every Walmart in the country right now.
Absolutely.
How serious is it? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know.
I think once this is over, every politician during this time needs to be under scrutiny. Not
only do they need to be under scrutiny, that for sure I agree with, but I think some of them will get reelected. And that's the fucking really scary part.
But what I'm wishing for...
Some of them will get jobs again. I don't fucking understand that at all.
What I'm wishing for is ideal, and probably will be my biography, 9/11. Let's look into it again.
Right.
What I wish is that they all get like... There's a committee there would be a committee that's formed and just goes and looks into the past year and a half.
Yeah,
Doug Ford, your net worth jumping up this much. Why? Why did it jump that much?
Yeah, you have to explain.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Explain this.
Right.
We had reports that, the variants were coming in. Why was there no airports locked down? Why did it take so long for the vaccine? Let's look into all of it.
Right.
Look into all of it. These motherfuckers need to answer for every single thing.
And here's the other thing that's happening that you see on the news too, because Katie was like, did you see that clip of like, I guess Doug Ford was like complaining about Justin Trudeau keeping the airports open and letting these new variants in, and Justin Trudeau went back at him with like, why don't you just worry about fixing your problems in Ontario and not what we're doing?
Oh, that's sweet. That's nice. That's a good look.
And then everybody's like thinking of it as like liberals like putting a sweet burn on conservatives. Listen, they're both fucking...
Exactly!
They're both fucking us. They're both the same guy.
Exactly.
Here's Justin Trudeau and Doug Ford. They're both rich politicians who had crazy good family support,
privileged as can be,
whose actions have consequences for working everyday Canadians and not for themselves. So they like to distract everybody with like, oh, it's a big rivalry. It's the conservatives versus the liberals, and it's like, oh, I'm trying to make the country better. No, I'm trying to make the country better.
Yeah, you're the loser. I'm the leader.
They are climbing.
Yes.
Their lives are getting better.
If
their lives have not slowed down.
Yep, not a single bit. They are living their actual dreams. They are progressing their way of life. They are getting better every day and every moment. If those two don't work starting today, they will be fine until the day they die.
Absolutely.
Looking at Doug Ford, that will probably in 2 weeks. But besides that, they're going to be fine. They will be fine. You're the fucking loser.
You're the one who's not fine.
You're the one that's not fine. You're the fucking loser. Don't take sides. Do not take sides. I'm not saying that conservatives are angels. I hate pretty much 99% of their politics and their stuff. But to say that liberals are any better or great, you're delusional. You're fucking delusional.
Yeah. And really, and again, like, I don't like Doug Ford at all, but one thing I will say is, like, with Justin Trudeau being like, why don't you worry about Ontario? Well, you keeping the airports open, guess where people travel the most in Canada? Fucking Ontario, Toronto.
It's not the Northern Territories?
They're not going up to fucking
Yukon.
They're not going to the East Coast to go fishing, dude.
Exactly.
They're coming to
Have you
Ontario.
been to the East Coast?
They're coming. I like these.
I love these. I'm just joking.
But that's not where people are coming to, like.
No, it's not.
When the airports are open. It's not.
And also, dummy, you're in charge of the fucking country. Ontario is part of the fucking country, you little muppet.
Yeah. So
you fucking moron.
Like, you worry about you take care of this. No, you take care of all of us.
Exactly.
Or don't be the prime minister, or fuck off.
That's why when people are like, "Oh, you're too hard," this pandemic is true. This pandemic is unique, but guess what? I'm not running for office.
And then here's the other thing.
I'm not running for office.
They go, "Oh, we've never seen anything like this before." Well, you know what? It's been over a year, and other countries saw it the same time as we did and are doing way better. So I'm sick of this. Like, well, this has never happened before. Well, it's never happened to any of us, and like globally. And so many people have dealt with it better than we have.
I love when...
It was new for New Zealand, too, and they're fucking back open. It was new for Texas, and they're back open. I'm so sick of this.
I love how people use history to their advantage. Like, for example, if like when we were probably criticizing arts and shit like that, people were like, well, back in 18-something... we were glorified and blah, blah, blah. But then you're like, okay, well, pandemics, they've been happening for centuries. They've been going on. Well, this is new, though. This is not in history. This is something blah, blah, blah. So what is it? Is history something we learn from, or is history something we flex around and just use wherever we want? I'm not saying... I was one of the dummies that when this whole thing happened and people were getting mad, I was saying, hey, guys... there's a lot of very smart people in the government probably that are in charge of putting plans for crisis for situations like this. There's no way a government of an advanced country like Canada doesn't have a team of people.
Right.
Their sole purpose is to prepare for rare situations like this. Well, guess what? Seems like nobody planned jack shit.
No, that's cut back.
Egg on my face.
Come back to haunt us.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, no, you need to have a plan. You need to have infrastructure, and you need to have an actual plan for stuff like this. And we just we don't. Like we're a country who part of the reason there was such quick rollout in the States is that they had factories available where there could where it could be manufactured there. There's nowhere in Canada where it could have been manufactured.
Why is that not a thing?
How is that not a thing?
How is that not a thing? Why? Why is that not something that you think is a priority? You think maybe it's a priority? Well, to manufacture. Just give it a guess. Do you think it's a priority? I'm sure the answer is yes.
Yeah, any average person would just assume, because come on, we're not crazy. It turns out we're crazy.
You want steak? Yeah. Do you think I should grill it for you? Well, it's kind of part of steak, really. It's the allure of steak.
Assumed.
You want to work on that a little bit? Start the grill? Well, I was just waiting to ask you if you wanted me to grill it or not. I don't know. Do you want me to add fire to it? Yeah. I just don't understand. It's enough already. Enough.
I think we'll get extended too. Is the other thing.
Don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it because honestly,
it's coming up. It's 10 days away.
It's 10 days away. We'll find out. But oof, buddy, if this extends, I want to say things are going to get ugly. But knowing, Canadians probably won't do anything.
Oh yeah. What do you even do?
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't know.
Shit, if it does get extended, fuck, it's not gonna be good. I'm not gonna be a happy camper. So for all of those of you who have been saying
he's been too happy lately.
In search of Zen, you guys aren't angry anymore. You guys are not. Yeah, go fuck your mother. We're angry as we always were.
We're always angry.
Nothing's changed.
No, and it won't.
And there's still a lot more to talk about. We still need to talk about the situation in India. COVID in India is fucked up. I would love to talk about what's happening in Palestine. That's also fucked up.
Right.
Just so much going on in the world.
A lot of problems. We're going to fix them all by the end of this series.
It's too much to talk about. But we don't have time to get into it because we're already at the 58-minute mark. But, I need to bring up like Palestine quickly. What's going on? It's really fucked up. I don't know, because people are gonna say I'm a sellout if I don't say anything.
If you don't mention it.
Well, I mean,
he has to mention it every episode.
I'm not really that concerned that people are gonna call him.
Or his dad stops talking to him. Did you see your mom yesterday? I assume. For Mother's Day?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to see my mom because I was just like busy working on some stuff.
Okay.
But today I'm gonna be seeing her. I sent her
good.
Sent her a lovely text yesterday.
Well, that's nice.
My sister's got something. I told them, here's money, and go ahead.
I got something from Mom. That's very nice.
Today I'm gonna go see her. My sister's birthday was on Saturday, so that was nice too. Very expensive month, but it's okay.
Sometimes it does. It's like you'll have
Too
relatives'
much.
birthdays just like all in like
space it
a
out.
month or two span. I'm like, you guys are killing me.
Jeez.
You all had to be born around the same
I mean,
time.
yeah, it's like it's too much. Like it's like this.
It's like, yeah, there's like a run too. It's like in my family. So my brother and I are October. My stepdad's October for his birthday, and then it's just like boom, Christmas. And my mom's September 2nd. So it goes September 2nd.
Yeah.
October 2nd for me. It's like the 10th for my stepdad, the 18th for my brother.
Yeah.
And then Christmas is right around the corner. So it's just like hit.
Back home, January used to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Because it was me, my dad, and I had 5 other cousins. 6 other cousins all in January. It was brutal. It was brutal. Bloodbath, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. That's
too
nasty.
much.
Dude, that's nasty.
Too much. Thank God I moved here.
Katie's family's pretty good. They're like a little bit more spread out.
Like
her
out.
Mom and brother around the summer. Katie's like early spring, if you even want to call it that, like March 1st.
Oh, really?
And then her dad's like right near Christmas.
That's nice. It sucks for him, but it's
sucks
nice.
for him, but it's like same with my dad. My dad's Christmas Day.
Oof.
And Katie's dad, I think it's like 23rd or 22nd, but he's like right there. He's like right where it's like so close that you just combine the presents. You know what I mean?
Now, did you get to see your mom?
I did. No, she lives like 4 hours away. I don't know how they feel about visitors. I gave her a phone call. I'm like, I'm getting vaxxed. She was happy about that.
We know who likes his mom more.
Yeah, fucking. Your mom lives like 3 blocks from you. My mom lives in Bancroft.
Not true. That's not true at all.
Your mom's close.
Not 3 blocks close.
Oh my God. Well, I've been to your mom's as many times as you have. Okay?
You have been to my parents' place, but not as much as me.
Well,
how dare you? I'm going there right now.
Maybe there's things you don't know about your mom and I.
Mama!
Give her a call.
What are you doing?
I gave her a happy Mother's
My dad
Day.
leaves for Libya for a little bit, and now this what's happened?
And Jay comes over to party. What can I say?
And with the person I'm doing the podcast with, out of all people,
she likes what she likes. You know what I mean? I don't know why you're being weird about it.
I have every right to be weird about it.
Let her be happy.
Every movie in the 90s says that the guy whose mom is having an affair with somebody gets to be mad.
All right, fair enough.
You know, it's even, by the way, are you watching the Mighty Ducks, right?
Are you watching the new one?
No, not the new one, but like you know, like there's like the main kid, the talented one, whatever. His mom's like super hot.
Yeah,
she wants to fuck
the coach,
non-Tiger Blood.
Yeah, Emilio.
Emilio's such a scumbag, by the way.
In real life?
No, in the movie.
No, in the movie. Yeah.
Like, I get it, she's hot, but like, can you just like?
The kid just wants to play hockey.
Fuck somebody else.
Don't fuck his mom.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's like, and plus,
do you ever watch the cartoon?
Like with like being actual ducks.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Hilarious.
It's so good.
My favorite was
the leader is like the goalie
theme song.
Oh,
because they'd be like Ducks Rock.
Oh, it's like hardcore.
Like rip it's like Ducks Rock. I'm like, that can't be in a song.
It's like Twisted Sister.
It's Mighty Ducks.
But it's so good. Like the goalie is like the leader, and he has like a mask.
Hilarious.
It's so good.
The duck-shaped mask.
Oh, so good. Like
My
the beak.
Yeah.
Such a good, underrated.
Really underrated.
So underrated.
Yeah, there's no remake of the cartoon coming.
Remaking fucking Hudson and Rex, but not the cartoon.
But not the Mighty Ducks cartoon.
I love the Mighty Ducks cartoon. What was it? God damn it! There's a show that I watched recently. And it was like, wow, this is actually really good. I watched House of Mouse. You probably don't know this. You're a bit older than that, but like House of Mouse was a fucking really good show. It's the only show they don't have on Disney Plus. Which really is shitty, but it's a really good show. It's what it is that it's like Mickey Mouse runs this clubhouse. If you don't mind me rhyming.
Right.
And like all his friends work at it, right? Like they're all like running it, and then people come. There's a show every night at this clubhouse, and they show, the sketches that like Mickey Mouse has with Donald, like, and stuff like that. Like, Mickey Mouse, like, the Disney short, and it's starring Donald. Yeah. And they show that. So but then there's shenanigans in between. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I don't know. It's on YouTube, by the way.
Check it out.
We have to promote YouTube because we've signed a contract with them.
It's true. We are in a contract with YouTube.
How many people still believe that, do you think?
Everybody in my family.
You haven't really
I didn't tell
give
anybody.
them something to be proud of.
I didn't tell anybody any different. So, I didn't correct anybody.
Give them something to be proud of.
All
right. Well, okay. Rant is over.
Yeah.
We're good.
Ended on a good Ducks rock.
Ducks definitely do rock.
Ducks rock.
They are a little bit rapey, but they rock.
They rock.
Some might say that's the reason. Okay.
Okay.
It's not.
Wow.
It's not true.
All right.
Anyways, thank you so much for listening, folks. We appreciate you for tolerating us.
In our rants.
Yes.
Our raves.
Please do follow us on all social medias. Give it hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and tell your friends about this podcast if you enjoyed it. And please give us a rating wherever ratings are allowed. And tell all your friends about this podcast. Share it with people. Don't tell them that you know us if you're embarrassed, but just give it a shot,
Yeah, give it a shot.
Appreciate it. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Bye.
Bye.